and welcome to my life. So, for the first episode, I wanted to just share a little bit about myself and sort of the reasons why I created this podcast. So, I wanted to make this podcast because I kind of want like a diary recording my progress of like getting better and sort of healing myself in a way, or my healing process, I guess. Um, and I also wanted to, I don't know, say one day I get out of my own way and stop being scared. Maybe I'll share this with other people, and maybe somehow other people will just find this by accident and maybe it'll help them. I don't know. But so I guess I'll start with like my deepest darkest secrets, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so back in 2015, 2016, I basically hit rock bottom. Like from 2015 to 2017, I literally thought there was just no purpose for me being here. I thought I was worthless. I thought I was useless. I thought I was a waste of space. I thought I was taking up air that other people could be breathing. Like anything low and negative that I could think about myself, I did. I was extremely depressed. Like talking about not wanting to shower, not wanting to eat, not wanting to go outside, not wanting to do homework, not wanting to go to school, not wanting to see people. But I was a master at pretending. So nobody knew anything that was going on because I would always act like everything was fine around everyone, around my friends, my family, but it was exhausting. Like I I was still getting good grades in school, but I wasn't sleeping. I couldn't sleep and I couldn't eat. I would either not sleep or sleep too much, and there was no in between. I just would look at myself in the mirror and I couldn't even stand the way I looked, or I couldn't stand myself. I just hated myself so much. Um, at the time, I had a best friend who me and her fell off pretty bad, and that brought up so many like issues that I didn't know I had, or issues that I had suppressed and like pushed to the side from my childhood. Like I thought I wasn't worthy of anyone being in my life because my dad left when I was little, and then my mom left to come to America, but then she went back for me. But like at the time, I thought like she went back to bring me here to live with her, but at the time I thought my dad left because he didn't care about me. But I kind of never felt or let myself feel the effects of that because I always had my mom and my family around me, and that was enough for me. Um, but then when my mom left, I was like, wow, nobody cares about me. Nobody wants me in their life. Nobody loves me. I'm unlovable. Nobody just wants to be here with me. Everybody just ends up leaving me. And I carried that with me my whole life without knowing or without being aware of it. Like, when my best friend, like, I would remember I would always try extra hard to get people to stay in my life just because I didn't want them to leave. I didn't want to feel like people didn't love me or care about me enough to stay in my life. So I would try extra hard to stay for people to stay. I would be a people pleaser and never say no to anyone and never just do anything that would make anybody mad so they would leave. And this caused me to stay in a relationship that I wasn't happy in just because of the fear of being alone and the fear of like, oh, like I don't know, I just was in my own way and I wouldn't let myself think that I was enough, not even for myself. I didn't think I was enough, not even for myself. Um but back to the friend thing, when she left, I was like, great, another person's leaving me. And then it brought up so many feelings of like the abandonment issues that I had. Um, it brought all of that to the surface. Like it was just a horrible time. And then when me and her fell off, she was just going like just saying so many things about me, just talking bad about me when it was like I never did anything to you. I was never a bad person to you. All the secrets you told me, I will die with all of them because you told that to me when we were good. Just because we're not friends anymore doesn't mean I'm gonna go share everything with other people. Um, but I was just feeling down about myself. And every bad thing that she would say to me or about me, I took it in and I saw that as the truth. I saw that as, no, that's what it is. This is who I am. I'm worthless. I'm unworthy of anything. I'm just useless and a waste of space. Um, and then at that time, it just felt like things were happening one on top of the other. Like I just could not get a break. Like she left, like me and her fell off and stopped being friends. And then my grandmother died, and this broke me. I love this woman more than she was a part of me. She still is a part of me. I it was the first time I had lost anyone that meant so much to me. It was the first time that I experienced a loss of like a person, and it was like a part of me died with her. It was like, and I found out in the worst way possible. Like, we knew she was sick. She had Alzheimer's and she wasn't doing too good for a couple years now. And everyone knew it was coming. We just didn't know. Yeah, like, I don't know. Like, everyone in the family was expecting it, but we weren't like ready for it. I don't think you could ever be ready for anything like that. But so I was at, I'm not gonna say, okay, whatever. I was at a track meet, and then as I was leaving with one of my friends, somebody calls me and tells me she died. And I was like, just blurted it out and then hung up the phone and went on with their day. And I was like literally on the floor crying, bawling my eyes out in the middle of the parking lot because it was like my whole world fell apart. I was lost, confused, angry. Gotta take a break. But yeah, I was like lost, confused, angry. I didn't know what to do or how to feel or just how to handle it. And I was just like, well, that's it. Nothing good will ever happen to me. Everything that I love keeps getting taken away. I don't deserve anything. It just confirmed everything that I was feeling and made me sink even deeper with all of that. And then 2 or 3 days later, my dog dies. My dog gets run over by a car and dies. And I was just like I'm always gonna keep losing people. Everyone that I love is gonna die. No, like I just thought that's it. Like my life will never get better. And then this whole time I was going through a shitty relationship where it was just a horrible situation for me to be in, and maybe I'll just make another episode about that another time. But I was going through a horrible relationship that just made me feel so much worse, and I was trying so hard to like hold on to it because it was the only, like, in my head I thought, no, like he cares about me, so let me just stay, because in a selfish way it was like I just wanted to feel loved even though it wasn't the type of love that I deserved. Um and then after that, I had gotten a car that my stepbrother gave to me for free, and he was paying for the insurance and everything. I also didn't feel like I deserved that car, and I always felt, I from the second he gave me that car, I was like, it's gonna get taken away from me. This is too good to be true, because again, I thought I didn't deserve anything. So I always felt like I'm not gonna have this car for long because something's gonna happen that's gonna get this car taken away from me. And guess what? I got in a car accident where my ex-boyfriend was driving, and the car was taken away from me. I the car was totaled. It was total loss, gone, forever, forgotten. And I was like, see, I knew it. I don't deserve anything. Anything good that comes to me is gonna be destroyed, it's gonna be ruined, it's gonna leave my life again because I don't deserve it. And because of that car accident, everything got worse. Like, I got severe PTSD from it, and I didn't know it was PTSD because I thought, oh, only people that go to war get PTSD. Um, I had severe PTSD, and my anxiety got so bad to the point where I couldn't be in the passenger seat of a car without closing my eyes, cupping my ears, and just moving the seat all the way back, because if I saw or heard anything, like if I saw a car coming at me, it was a front end collision, if that's what you call it, like head to head. collision, so I saw the car coming. But anytime I was driving on the passenger seat of any car with anyone driving, I would feel like any car that came to me was going to hit us and we were going to die, and we were going to get in an accident, we were going to die. If I heard any cars turning, that was it. I thought I was going to die. I'd be in my house not being able to sleep because I'd be like, something's going to happen at any moment and I need to be ready because I'm going to die. Like, I was just so scared of every little thing. And I just felt like everyone was looking at me, everyone was talking about me, everyone hated me because I hated myself. So I projected that onto everyone that I saw and everything that happened in my life. Um, so I ended up trying to take my own life, which is a place I never want to be in again, and it's something that I don't want. I'm so glad I'm here. I'm so happy that I'm alive. But at the time, I attempted to take my own life twice. The last time that it happened is when I asked for help. I went to my physician and I told him everything that was going on. I broke down in front of him, and he um, brought in a social worker, and then I was speaking to her, and then she referred me to a therapist, and then she also referred me to a day program at a mental hospital where it was like, I guess, like partial hospitalization or something. I don't know, but I would go there from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day for a week or 2 weeks. I can't remember. Um, and that saved my life. Like, I'm not even trying to be dramatic, but that program saved my life completely. Um, I remember when I went there is when they told me, oh, these feelings you're experiencing about the car accident and everything, that's PTSD. Like, there was a therapist there, the first lady I spoke to, and she was basically like telling me everything that I was telling her, but when it came from her mouth, I was like, wow, that's crazy. Like, that's really how I feel about myself. But like when I was saying it to it just didn't seem as serious or as like bad when I was saying those and thinking those of myself and saying it to myself. Um, in that program, they helped me so much with just healing. It was group therapy, so just hearing other people's stories or just telling my story and having other people, like other girls my age, just like be so compassionate and just give me so much grace, and just listening to me, having people listen to me and tell me, you're not worthless, you're not useless, you're not a waste of space, you matter, you're here for a reason, you're alive, people love you, have people that love you. It just kind of like, they helped me shift my mentality and shift my view of myself. I wasn't totally cured by any means, but I was way better than I was before. um they helped me cope with everything. They helped me understand what I was going through and how to work towards fixing it, or how to work towards making myself feel better. Um, and I will forever be grateful to those people. I basically owe them my life because of what they did for me. Um, but yeah, that's when they also had to tell my mom that I attempted suicide, and that was the scariest moment, scariest, most embarrassing, just it was just a wave of emotions because I didn't even tell my mom I was depressed. I didn't tell my mom anything. I tried to hide it from her and shut her out just because, I don't know, I didn't want anyone to see me like that. I just didn't want to let anyone in. So when I told her that, she was just, I don't know, it also like brought us closer in a way because she was there for me and she helped me a lot through a lot of things. Um, but yeah, it was just a horrible, 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 horrible time of my life. And I'm so glad I'm not that person anymore. I'm so glad I don't feel like that anymore, and I'm so glad I don't hate myself, and I'm so glad that I just don't feel that way about myself anymore. Um, but yeah, so um that was my rock bottom. I'm Like I said before, I'm so glad I'm alive. I don't want to die. I don't want to end my life anymore. I know that everything I go through is temporary. I know that all the hard times are temporary and everything passes. The good times, the hard times, they're all temporary. Nothing is here to last forever. And so I try to give myself grace and be compassionate towards myself and know that if I'm feeling down and if I'm going through a hard time, it'll pass. But I also know that there's certain things that I can do and have to do to make myself feel better. So I know how to handle certain situations and I know how to deal with certain things now because of everything that I went through. And I feel like not everything that I went through made me stronger. Well, it did, but it was like I made myself stronger. My trauma and my horrible experiences did not do anything good for me, but I made myself stronger. I picked myself back up. I crawled out of that hole myself. And I'm just so proud of myself and so proud of how far I've come. And I have to remember that more often and not be so hard on myself because, yes, there are days that I feel useless, but not the way I did before. I just feel like I always need to be productive and I always need to be doing something. I feel like I always have to be accomplishing a goal or I'll get down on myself and feel like I'm not doing anything with my life. And I have to remind myself that I need to prioritize self care. I need to prioritize my mental health. I need to prioritize just giving myself time to just be bored and do nothing because being productive all the time doesn't help. And being productive all the time isn't always productive because I just burn out so quickly if I go 100, if I'm like going 100% of the time. So, yeah, I don't even know where this is going. I don't know, but it felt good to let that out and it felt good to just, yeah, like to just open up, I guess, to a microphone, my phone. I don't know. It just, it feels good to just know that I've come so far and I did that. Yes, I had help. Of course, I had help, and I don't think I could have done it without help. But it just feels good and it's very empowering to know that I was in the deepest and darkest place of my entire life, and now I'm better. Now I'm okay. I'm not 100% good, and I don't think I'll ever be 100% good, but I'm happy with how I am now. Um, yeah, I don't know what the next episode will be or what I'll talk about next, but I'm happy with what I just shared, and it feels right and it feels comfortable in a way. I hope nobody that I know listens to this because I don't know. Maybe they can, but I don't know. It's just weird because everything that I've just said and opened up and shared now, literally only two people know about it, and one of them is my mom. Outside from therapists, because obviously they know everything, but outside of therapists, just my mom and one other person know about this, and it just feels weird like putting this out for the world to hear, even though the world is not aware of this podcast right now. But yeah, thank you for letting me share. And yeah, thank you to myself because I'm the only one that listens to this podcast. But bye.